This is my theory as to how to change your life. Over the years, I've consumed a lot of self improvement content, and at this point, I'm at a point where I just need to act. So this is my theory. This is the one that I'm working with now. This is like I'm just gonna run with this theory until I have to prove it otherwise or it doesn't work. But here's the theory as it stands, and it goes in four parts. And these are the four parts that I feel are the parts of my life that need the most improving. The parts of my life that are the worst, the parts of my life that would benefit the most from doing this theory. All right. So here's part number one. Content is not the answer to any of your problems. I'm about 17 years old, so I was raised in the generation where I got a phone in middle school. Like I had a personal computer in like sixth grade, I think. I've always had like a Kindle Fire HD. So almost like my childhood. So I've always had a personal screen, like a personal place to go to, and we can argue about the like actual impact on the development of a child, like cognitively. But I know for me, what that's done is that it has conflated actually doing something with watching someone else do something. Me, instead of me actually doing like making a video or working out or meditating, instead I watch videos about those sorts of things. That way I can do it well, do it the best. But doing something perfect is essentially doing nothing at all because there is no perfection. Like hoping for perfection will not lead you to actually doing the action. And we use content as a way to procrastinate the action that will actually make us better. Like 1 week, you should watch like workout videos on like Form if you don't know anything about it. But you need a max like 2 or 3 workout videos before you can hit a gym. I've probably watched 2,000 workout videos, and I'm yet to get super consistent in the gym. Content is not the answer to any of your problems. Actually doing something is. I think that there's an old healthy gamer video. I'm gonna contradict myself a lot in this video because I'm gonna reference things that come from videos that I've watched, but don't like that's not the answer. It's just like wisdom on the internet. But I need to. We'll get there. But we we used to watch content like as a species. We used to watch content once we found a problem that we needed a specific answer for that we could not get from like the people around us. Now we watch content in anticipation of problems, but you don't actually understand what the problem is until you've done the thing. But you're watching content about it anyway. Like I've watched tons of like scaling YouTube channel videos. This channel has 12 subscribers, and that's the most I've ever had. Like the only videos I need to be watching are like how to get your first 100 subscribers. How do I actually get there, as opposed to how to go from 1 million to 10 million, like those sorts of things. It's just making sure like content is infinite and is built to keep us watching the content. So we'll get further down that rabbit hole, but we don't need to be any further down that rabbit hole. We don't need to keep digging. We need to start actually like building or like doing something, and then once something comes up, then we can like watch the content to actually answer the problems that we actually have, as opposed to just some hypothetical garbage that doesn't really help you. The second part of my theory: rest is the most important thing, but not at the expense of getting work done. I was in a math class the other day, and it's like the most locked in I've ever been in a math class. And I was trying to think about like, oh, how am I actually paying attention? Like I'm taking notes and all this stuff, and I'm picking up what it's putting down. And I realized that the thing there was that I think that like I had actually rested the night before. Like I'd actually gone to sleep at a good time, woken up a good time, like had a good morning, and that just the one night of rest made me that much more locked in for that math lesson. Like I just like rest is an important thing, but if it's Like I think that they say that a teenager needs about 9 hours of rest, and I'm a teenager. Um, if it's 9 hours of rest, and then like 7 hours of school, we have to get there and back, and then like what if you have extracurriculars or you're just talking to friends? That's 9 hours of school, 9 hours of sleep, and 6 hours of sports and extracurriculars, and like you have to eat too and like take dumps. There's not that much time left. So if you're trying to work out, there might not be time for that. If you get all 9 hours, if you're trying to build a business, there might not be time for that. But like saying that, oh, at least I'm well rested, but you have nothing going for you except for your rest. Like, I mean, it would help you. It helps. Like, rest is this thing that if you are doing other things, it compounds those. Like, working out by itself, that'll help. But working out well rested, you're going to get bigger. Like, going to school, that helps. And, like, studying for tests. But studying for tests and taking tests and, like, going through the material well rested, you're going to be a lot better at it well rested. But you still have to, like, actually do the thing. Sleeping all the time, like sleeping through your math class, but like, hey, I'm well rested, that does not make you understand the math. Something that I wrote in my notes a little while back is I've gone conflicted myself back and forth between like, is sleep the most important thing, or is like actually getting work done the most important like thing? Like, where's the balance here? The men who built history were not well rested men. They were men who slept, but like it wasn't. That was not their number one priority. Their number one goal was moving along the wheels of history. Like, one of the most meaningful things that many people say is they're like on their deathbeds is like having children. The first few years after your child's born, that's not good sleep, but those are the most impactful lives of or impactful parts of your life. Some of them is like the start of having a child, and you're not even able to rest that well through. Like, yeah, in the end, being well rested will make you a better father, but being well rested over being a father, like that's you're conflating the things. Rest is the most important thing because it benefits all other areas, but not at the expense of actually getting any work done. The third principle of my theory as to how to improve your life is that the baseline habits are the only important parts of improvement. Even in the hard times, make them harder. So there are a few foundational habits that I'm trying to make be a part of my life every single day. They're working out, meditating, reading the Bible, making these videos, and trying to get well rested. Like, those are the big ones. Probably like stretching too. I don't have all of them set in stone, but like, those are all things that when life gets hectic, I push away. I like to act. I like being on stage and stuff. So when it's like tech week for the musical, which is where like you're at, like rehearsal starts at 3, and then you have like a full run and like getting all the tech cues and stuff. You're there until like 9 or 10. You're tired, and you're like, so what I told myself was, oh, I can wake up later tomorrow, that way I can be more well rested, and then I skip the Bible, the working out, the meditating, the making the video, like those sorts of things. But in those busy times of life, your life might be hard because you're doing something impactful, something meaningful. But you can do the minimum of the baseline. You can go to your gym or just go down on the floor, do one set of push-ups to failure. That's your day. Take one mindful breath. Read one chapter of the Bible. Like, it's those things that if I'd kept up a minimum, then I would be in a better spot. And that would make the life maybe 20 minutes harder. I would have slept 20 minutes less. Seems worth it to have that momentum going in to now, into right after the musical, into the rest of my life. The baseline habits are the only important part. Even in the hard times, make them harder by doing the slightly harder things of actually doing the habits, which actually makes life easier in the end. But number 4, the fourth principle of my theory of self-improvement Your body knows when you are awake, or your body knows when you are weak. Become strong above all else. There's this video I was watching a few weeks back. It was by like an EMT guy who used to be in the military, and he said that he has a lot more anxiety. No, it was like a desk job guy. I don't really know, but he said he had a lot more anxiety now than when he used to be in the military because he is sitting all day. And getting weaker by the day, as opposed to in the military where you feel strong, where you are doing things to exercise your strength. And that just made me realize, like, as men, we are made to be strong. Like, we are naturally more inclined to put on muscle mass. We're naturally stronger than women. Like, we are just naturally made to be strong, made to be the protectors. And if we feel that we are unable to protect, if we feel that we are weak, that's going to impact every other part of our life. Like having a social life, you don't want to be social, or like you don't want your closest friends to be people who are worse than you. You want them to be better people who are better than you or equal to you, but you're not going to feel worthy of the people who are better than you if you are weak and you can't protect yourself or anyone that you care for. Like your body knows when you are weak, and that's going to lead to more anxiety, more restlessness, more like unfulfillment in life. Become strong. Excuse me. Like, become strong. That is the call of man, essentially. To become strong, to protect the people you need to protect. This is my theory of self-improvement. Thank you for watching.